Looks like Belle Tress did it again. They just launched a brand new collection. This is the Icons collection, and I am so excited to open them up. I have been so good. I have not opened up those boxes. I'd like to thank Shirley's Wig Shop for providing these 6 styles for me in 5 different colors to review for all of you. These are on loan, so I have to return them back to Shirley. But she said, hey, just take them and go ahead and show them. They're not on the website just yet. We're still waiting for some of the information to come in, but I was excited to show you. I thought you might want to see the styles. What I'll be doing in this video, I'll be providing the information about the Icons collection. I'll show you the cap, which is once, which is going to be the same on all of the styles. Then we'll take a look at each of the styles and the color in natural light as well as in here. I do have one color that I am going to do a color comparison with because it was the only one that, based on the color codes, it looked to be a little bit similar to some others. I will leave the link to Shirley's Wig Shop listed down below for you, and as soon as they're on the website, I will come back and I will leave the links to each of the wigs. I'm waiting on 5 other styles from this collection, so we'll see. I'll have them for you as soon as they arrive. I'll also have timestamps listed down below for you in the description box in case you just want to see some of the styles and you're not too interested about the cap or about the Icons itself. In the Icons collection, there are 12 styles and 11 colors. 8 of the colors are unique to the Icons collection. There are 2 colors which are going to be available both in the Icons and the Luxe SE collections, and that's Truffle Cream R and Brown Sugar R. The other color that is on 2 collections is Milkshake Blonde R, which will be which is in the Icons collection as well as in the City collection. All in all, from what I could see, there are 5 brunettes, 4 blondes, 1 gray, and 1 red in the Icons collection. The ETA for shipping on the Icons, the first batch will begin shipping in February, and the second batch will begin shipping in April. I don't have exactly which are going to be in the first batch or any of that, but perhaps by the time the other 5 that I'm waiting for, by the time they arrive, I'll be able to share that information with you. I know many of you will want to know what I'm wearing, and I am wearing Columbia E. This is from the Cafe E collection in the color Brown Sugar Sweet Cream. Let's take a look at the cap on the Icons collection. I'll tell you what Belle Tress says, and I will tell you what I see. Belle Tress is calling these a double monofilament top. There's the monofilament top, and it definitely is a double. There are 2 layers of material of the monofilament on there. On the Icons, we have an extended lace front. We have silicone on the ear tabs in case you want to add some adhesive for extra security. We have an extended nape and Velcro adjusters. Now, while Belle Tress, my experience with Belle Tress, with the Luxe collection and with the Cafe collection, with their 100% hand-tied, is that they've always been 100% hand-tied. This is not what I'm seeing in the Icons collection. We do have hand-tied on this area right here, and then we have the wefts on the bottom. While it's covered with the hand-tied material or it's covered with the soft material, there is no stretch there, and that's because the wefts are sewn in. So I think that you'll be able to see those wefts on the bottom portion. My definition of caps like this is that they are partially hand-tied. This is Bradshaw in the color Buttercake Blonde R. Just as I suspected, the Icons is going to run a little bit smaller because those wefts I wouldn't say that so much that it runs a little bit smaller, but rather that it doesn't have as much stretch. Since it doesn't have a lot of stretch, it's going to fit a bit smaller. Those wefts, they have absolutely no stretch whatsoever. So I want you to bear that in mind, especially those of you that have been wanting a smaller fitting Belle Tress. I didn't cinch this one in too much, unlike some of the other Belle Tress that do fit 22 or higher on them. This one definitely fits smaller or feels a little bit smaller. On Bradshaw, we have some pretty loose waves. They're not really beachy waves. They're not tight waves. The measurements are going to be approximate on all of these that I'm going to show you, because these were the first specs that were sent out, so I am not sure how accurate they are. The sides, they're saying it's 12.5 inches, and I'm not seeing many layers on here, so that could very well be it. The nape 6.5 inches, the overall 13.5, which may be correct. Bradshaw weighs 4 ounces. We don't have any permatease on any of these because we do have that hand-tied cap all on the top. However, in the portion at the bottom where we have those wefts, if there's any permatease, I can't feel it. So if you're not a permatease fan, this will work for you. The density feels light density, just as we find on all of the other Belle Tress. This Bradshaw is in the color Buttercake Blonde R. The color code is 102388 plus 8. This is giving me feel kind of like a neutral leaning warm due to the 88. What it appears, I don't have description on the colors from Belle Tress, so I could only say what I'm seeing. I could only let you know what I'm seeing. And what I am seeing here is a medium brown, very well blended with some blonde, some pale blonde. There it is right there. Some pale blonde and some golden blonde. And we have a brown root. Beautifully done. Just as to be expected from all of Belle Tress. Absolutely gorgeous lace front. Here is the ear tab. Good amount of coverage for me. This is the same coverage I have on all of my Belle Tress, regardless, or any brand, because I have a very low hairline. I think where it might run a little bit smaller will be on the front to back. Okay, Shirley, if you're watching, sorry, but I have to show the parts on these. I'll try not to mess it up too much. Okay, there's the part. Very well done. It is not dense at all. It is beautifully, beautifully done. I didn't even mess the zigzag part. I think it's beautiful. This is Teresa, a mixed berry rooted. Just as I found with Bradshaw, the fit is a little bit short on me on the front to back, and that's due to the lack of stretch on the bottom portion. Those of you that have a smaller size, or you have an average 21.5 as I do, you have hair loss, you don't wear a wig grip, any of that, you're going to have a great fit. If you are used to the other styles from Belle Tress that fit a little bit larger, maybe the Icons collection may not be for you. I feel that these fit a little bit smaller due to the lack of stretch on the bottom portion where it's the wefts are sewn in, rather than being 100% hand-tied, which usually has more stretch. Teresa, the sides, the measurement that I have, and these are just approximate measurements, the sides are 9 to 11 inches. So we do have layers which we didn't find on Bradshaw. We have some layers going through. The nape is 5 inches. The overall is 12.5, and Teresa weighs 4 ounces. The color Mixed Berry Rooted. This is $33.29 plus 6. On Mixed Berry, we have a pretty dark root. This is a 6, which is a dark brown, and the 33 and 29 are going to be a dark auburn and a lighter auburn. However, it almost appears that the color code doesn't give us, there seems to be either a strawberry blonde running through, which is not evident in the color code, but that's what it appears like to me. I can't compare it to any of the other Scrumptious Strawberry or any of the Sienna Spice. I can't compare it to any of those colors because I just don't have them to compare for you, and I don't want to just go by the color code. We do have a little bit of knotting because we have a very dark brown root, but as usual, Belle Tress added some of the lighter fibers, so it kind of breaks up that dark knotting a bit. But Belle Tress does beautiful lace fronts. Show you the fit. Here is the ear tab. And here's the ear tab, my very low hairline that is never covered regardless of the wig or the brand that I'm wearing. Let's take a look at the part. Try not to mess with it too much. And there's the part. Once again, Belle Tress does a beautiful, beautiful parting. It's not dense, and you really have the illusion of scalp. There's absolutely no permatease because we have a hand-tied cap. If there is any where the wefts are at the bottom, I can barely feel them. Even though Teresa weighs 4 ounces, I feel that this is a really nice light density as we find across the board with most Belle Tress. I really like this one too. You know, I'm a Belle Tress fan. What can I tell you? This is Hepburn in the color Caramel Toffee Blonde R. Hepburn appears pretty similar to the ones we just saw. The difference here is it's going to have about the same length as we saw on Bradshaw at the beginning. However, with Hepburn, we're going to have bangs. Of course, we could wear it with the bangs or without the bangs because we do have a lace front. The bang are approximately, according to the specs that I received, bang is about 4 to 5 inches. I think that they're probably a little bit shorter than that because my forehead is 2.5 inches. But if you want to wear it as a curtain bang or you want to wear it just side swept off the face, you can certainly do that. The sides are between 5 and 10 inches. We do have a little bit of layers here and very soft waves. The nape is between 3 and 5 inches, and the overall is, according to them, 11.5 inches. I think it's a little bit longer than 11.5 inches, and it says that the weight is 4.2 ounces. I do not feel that it's any heavier than we saw on Teresa or Bradshaw, but that's just my opinion. Show you the lace front on Caramel Toffee Blonde. Beautiful, beautiful blonde color. Beautifully done. As far as the fit on Hepburn, just as we saw on the previous one, it's going to run a little bit smaller on the front to back due to the lack of stretch on the bottom portion where we have the sewn wefts. I feel I have better coverage on Hepburn than I did on the other two. Here is the ear tabs. Right there, and I never have full coverage, but that's typical for me because I have a very low hairline. If you have a smaller size on your front to back or even on your circumference, and usually Belle Tress ran a little bit large on you, the icons should fit a little bit better on those, for those of you that have 21 inches, for example, and you have a petite average on your other two measurements. The color Caramel Toffee Blonde. This color is beautiful, ladies. Absolutely beautiful. The color Caramel Toffee Blonde R. This is $14.25, $6.13 plus 8. We start out with the medium brown root. The 14 is going to be our very lightest brown that we have in this blend. The 25 is a caramel blonde. Beautiful, beautiful caramel blonde there. And the 613 is a very pale blonde. So that, I think the blend of these colors is what's giving this color some dimension. This is a warm color. Let me show you the part. And just as we saw on the previous styles, we have a beautiful, beautiful part. Nicely done. And it's not dense. I have a nice illusion of scalp. And as you can see, you could very easily move it over to the side. And we have some face framing layers over here. Something that we didn't see too much on the other style. With Hepburn, since we have these, we have the bangs, we have the face framing layers, that's what's going to distinguish it from the others. I also think they did a nice job with these bangs. You know me and bangs. If you watch my videos, you know I always struggle with bangs. I'm not struggling with these. Oh, this is cute. This is Wintour in Coconut Milk Gray. This is a new gray in this collection. It's 395161A. I really like this color, and I am not a non-rooted color gal, but I really like this one. We have some ashy brown blended with gray. We have dark gray, and we have the white kind of on the front. Let me show it to you on all sides. This is a really cute style, ladies. See how it appears a little bit darker on the back, and then we have lighter on the front. It might even be darker on the bottom portion. I'm not sure. I didn't look at it as I was putting it on. Kind of choppy. And something that I noticed that's different with Wintour that I didn't notice with the others that I tried on, if you watch some of the reviews for some of the other styles, with the others, I mentioned that it felt small on the front to back and that it probably would fit a smaller size. With Wintour, I found that it felt a little bit larger. As soon as I put it on my head, I took it off and I had to cinch it in because it feels like the regular Belle Tress. I don't know, but that's something common that happens even in the brand, where we have a collection and some may have a little bit different fit than others, unless it's just the sample. But I did want to point it out that I did have to cinch it in. The density is light. We only have, according to these specs that I just received, it only weighs 3 ounces, just as we found on the others. In this collection, there is no permatease because we do have a hand-tied cap. And if there's any permatease where the wefts are located on the bottom portion, you can barely feel them. It does have bangs, so if you want to wear it with the bangs, I would have to trim them because they're between 4 and 5 inches, but they're there if you want to wear them. And if not, you can certainly push them over to the side. The sides layers, lots and lots of choppy layers here, 5 to 10 inches. The nape is 3.5 inches. I'll show you the lace front on this color. Beautiful, beautifully done. Show you the ear tabs. Here is the ear tab. See, I have a little bit better coverage. Here is the ear tab on there. Right there. I know some wearers like to know what color the caps are on Wintour. On this color, Coconut Milk Gray, we do have a gray cap. So in case that's something that either you like or you don't like, you are aware that that's what this one has. And look how pretty these ends are. Kind of wispy layers here. I think this style is really cute and it's different. If you want to wear it totally off the face, you could just add a little bit of hairspray and wear it that way. And just as we found on Wintour, we do have a gray cap on this wig. So this is Austen, and the color is Coconut Milk Gray. Just as we found on Wintour, this one seems to fit as the other Belle Tress. It fits me fine. I cinched it in just a bit. Oh, this is another cutie. This kind of reminds me kind of like Spade. Maybe a little bit shorter. Oh yeah, I really like this one too. But you know, I'm kind of leaning towards these chin lengths. The sides on Austen, we have sides of 9.5, but there seem to be layers. The nape is 2 inches. The overall is 9.5 inches, and Austen weighs only 3 ounces. Oh yeah, this is really cute. Don't you think? What else does it remind me of? I can't remember, but I know there are some others with similar styles. But this one I really like. Oh yeah, this is another one that's going on my wish list. Once again, no permatease whatsoever. And if there's any at the nape, it's minimal, if any. I don't know if it's that it's dense or and I'll bring the camera close up, or is it because it's a gray cap and you can barely see it? I'm not sure. Really good coverage. Here is the ear tab and my very low hairline. Beautiful, beautiful lace front. The color Coconut Milk Gray. This is 395161A. We have that brown at the bottom. It's a very ashy brown blended with the gray. Then we have white, that's that 61 on the front. And we have more of a lighter gray. But the color transitions from the white to the darker. And then we have that darker gray at the bottom. That is really, really pretty. You know, if anything, we could add a little root to it. Maybe like a dark gray root or something. I don't know. But I'd wear it just like this. I left Kennedy for last. This is Brown Sugar Blonde R. I left it for last because I am going to do a color comparison with Brown Sugar Blonde R and 2 other colors. So let me first tell you about the style. With Kennedy, we have sides that are 5 to 7 inches. So we do have some layers. The curls appear to be more defined. They're defined barrel curls. I gave you the wrong measurement. The front is 5 to 7 inches. So if you wanted to add a bang, you could train it that way. The sides are 10 inches. And again, I'm not sure if these measurements are correct. These are just initial specs on them. The overall is about 13.5 inches, and Kennedy weighs 4 ounces. Let me show you the part. Beautiful part, not dense at all. You really get the illusion of scalp. I'm not seeing a lot of the blonde in this lace front on Brown Sugar Blonde. I'm seeing more of the brown, and it could just be this sample. The fit, I feel that it fit a little bit larger than the first ones that I showed. It fit me a little bit better on the front to back, and I feel that it fit just as my other Belle Tress. So something for you to keep in mind. All right, this color, Brown Sugar Blonde R. The color code is 61222A plus 8. Let me tell you about the color, and then I'll compare it to the other two. We have a dark brown, which is the 6. That's what's running through here. And then we have a 12, which is a very dark blonde. And we have a 22, which is a lighter blonde. Now they're saying 22A, so I'm not sure what is in that blend, but what it's looking like to me is kind of a neutral blonde. and we have a medium brown root. Now, when I was writing down the notes and I was doing my research for this video, I noticed that the color was very similar to Brown Sugar Sweet Cream from the Cafe collection. Brown Sugar Sweet Cream is 1222 plus 8. Brown Sugar Blonde is 61222A plus 8. So the color code is very similar. The difference is that on Brown Sugar Sweet Cream, we have a light, a medium, and a dark brown highlighted with blonde. On Brown Sugar Blonde R, we have a dark brown. We don't have any of that medium or that light brown. But the colors should be very close. So let's put them side by side. Okay, this is Columbia that I started out with in Brown Sugar Sweet Cream. Brown Sugar Sweet Cream. Brown Sugar Blonde. I think you see it's a little bit darker on the Brown Sugar Sweet Cream because we have the dark, we have more browns in the blend than we do on the Brown Sugar Blonde R. However, if you're someone that loves Brown Sugar Sweet Cream, you're going to really like Brown Sugar Blonde because unless you put them right next to each other, they're going to be very, very similar. Macadamia Latte from the City collection is 61222 plus 8. Brown Sugar Blonde R is 61222A. So we basically have the same color code. Now let's see if they are anywhere similar. They seem to be quite similar. Very similar colors. If you're someone that loves Macadamia Latte, you're going to love Brown Sugar Blonde R from the Icons collection. Very, very close. I would say the difference, I don't know what the difference is. I don't know what the difference is. They seem very close to me. You tell me what you think. I think it's really, really pretty. All right, everyone. I hope this video was helpful and informative for this new Icons collection. Once again, thank you, Shirley, for loaning me these wigs so I could bring them to all the viewers. All right, let me know what you think. Is there a style that you like? Is there a color that you like? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I'll see you all next time. Bye.